Hello, my name is Kate Sharon, and I cover First Amendment issues for the Indy Star. I'm one of 5 First Amendment reporters across the USA Today network, and we all met up in Nashville recently to hear from leaders and experts about the state of free speech at a global summit. Here are our takeaways, starting with mine. My main takeaway was that lawyers and scholars largely agree that the government has taken an unprecedented and outsized role in attempting to curtail certain speech. Think the FCC's veiled threat towards Jimmy Kimmel, increasing criticism of higher education, and Trump's executive order on flag burning as examples.
I think the biggest takeaway for me was the key role panelists thought higher education plays in promoting free speech. One of the panels referenced a few organizations and clinics at colleges and universities across the country that are devoted to civil discourse. And one of the panelists even suggested that schools have orientation on the First Amendment and free speech for students to make these values even more widespread.
My takeaway was a really heated debate between 2 law professors, Randall Kennedy of Harvard and Jonathan Turley of George Washington University. They argued about whether this present moment was the worst for free speech in American history, with Kennedy saying yes, pointing to what he called Trump's brazen disregard for the law, and Turley saying, well, the Biden administration had its own censorship efforts as well.
My main takeaway is how experts perceive the current political climate to also be coupled with a form of cancel culture. Well, with the assassination of conservative commentator Charlie Kirk, we've seen teachers, public employees, nurses, and professions of all sorts lose their jobs for social media posts related to Kirk's death. Specifically, panelists discuss concerns about the future for civic discourse.
My key takeaway from this conference was an insight into the growing threats towards global free speech, as well as towards those fighting to protect such basic rights around the world. A number of discussions focused on what conference organizer Future of Free Speech labeled a global free speech recession. Data supporting this, paired with a recent survey from the Freedom Forum, found that Americans continue to lack basic understanding of the First Amendment, while students at American colleges and universities are showing a greater acceptance of violence to prevent speech. This data was the focus of a number of discussions that sought to understand why free speech norms are facing unprecedented challenges across the world and what we can do about it.